Good afternoon again, everybody, from Millersburg High School, where the Trojans have traveled down here during the Love 99 tournament to open up their tournament ball games here against the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. And we'll pick up the Bulldog names as we go along here. Trojans send out their starting five, which would be Lanschlager, Oxidine, Skylar Foltz, Gunderman, and okay, starting tonight is, I'll pick him up here in a second, Mark Mace. This is Gunderman with it. Out in front, over the wing they'll go with it. Oxidine, Ox picks it up. Looking to drop it over there for Gunderman. Gunderman trying to find something inside, nothing doing there. Now they'll drive it in here, swinging it back over here for Mark Mace. Mark at the top of the circle. And he'll have to pick up the dribble and dribble it back here, pass it back here rather to Oxidine. Inside here for Lanschlager. Here's Mark Mace on the baseline for two. It's good. Good pass inside from Lanschlager to Mark Mace, and Mark put her home. Up court comes this number 20, and as I said, I'll get these guys here in just a moment. Near wing over here, 21 with it. Here's 34, bouncing it inside, stolen away by Mark Mace, who picked that one off. Up court he goes with it. Topping to the top of the circle now. They'll have to spin it back here a little bit. He'll push it over in the wing. Shot from over there for three. It's good. As Gunderman hits a three, it's 5-0 UDA. Ball stolen away and a lackadaisical play. Two more for the Oxidine. Big steal, easy steal that time for Ox. Kid just kind of looped that in very slowly, and Oxidine right there to pick it off. It's 7-0 UD. 34. We'll pick some of these guys up here now in just a sec. 32 for two. It is no good. Rebounded there to Skylar Foltz. Back here for Mace. Mark will pick up the dribble up front here and give it here for Oxidine. Ox back here for Mace. Mace from outside for three. Just off the mark. Rebound inside here. Tipped around, controlled there to the Bulldogs. Here they'll loop it inside now for that 32 guy. Back outside, 20 for three. It's no good. 32 with a rebound. Shot no good. 21 with a shot and a foul. Bucket's good. A bucket will count. And a foul will be picked up by the Trojans. Number 25. That'll be Oxidine. Matt picking up his first foul of the ball game, and that will send a young fellow to the line to shoot one. Shooter will be number 21, Wagner. Wagner at the line shooting one. Here's his one and only shot. It's good. So it's 7-3 now with 5:34 left here in the opening moments. As Oxidine will bring the ball up for UDA. Here for Lanschlager. This is Mark Mace. Mace firing it over there. Shot for Mark. It's good for two. Good play. I like that play to Lanschlager. There's a bounce on the baseline and a foul call. Boy, young fellow went to the deck pretty hard that time, but he's going to be okay. Wasilis will go to the foul line shooting two. Here's his first try. It is good. 9-4. Skylar Foltz will check out of the ballgame. Skylar picking up his first personal foul. Into the lineup goes number 33, Mace. That's the other Mace. That's Zach Mace. Second shot no good. Rebound tapped out here. Control to the Trojans. Back with it comes Mark Mace. Mark over the wing. Shot from over there by Oxidine. Good for two. This is Troutman. Troutman pushing it over there. It's stolen away by the Trojans. Let's see who's got it. Wasilis has it. Over to the corner he goes with it for Troutman. Troutman pushing it inside, but stolen away nicely by Oxidine. Oxidine then double dribbled it. Matt got a little tangled up out here and went for the double dribble. So it'll be inbounded on the wing over here by the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. Trojan back here for 21. Ball tipped loose. Over the wing it goes. Then they steal it away again. Looping ahead here quickly for Mark Mace. Mark for two. It's good. And Tri-Valley will call timeout as the big steal out there in the bucket by Mark Mace gives the Trojans a 13-4 lead here with 4:39 left in the first quarter. Wagner will inbound the basketball following the timeout. This is Shadle with it. Shadle has Wagner on the right wing. This is Wagner with it now. He drops it inside here for that Troutman guy. He stuffs it underneath with a nice dish underneath to that Wasilis. And he put it home. That was a nice pass. Threaded that one under there pretty nicely. And back where they come the Trojans here now. Into the corner here for Laudenschlager. Inside, whoops. Ball comes back out here for Laudenschlager. He'll dump it inside for Mace. Back here for Laudenschlager. Laudenschlager from the wing. Just off the mark. Rebound comes down there to that 21 Wagner. And Wagner at the top of the circle. Here's Wasilis taking it inside. Lost the handle on it. Picked up in here by Laudenschlager, but then that ball comes loose. It's going to go out of bounds off black as the Bulldogs try to chase it down, but it won't be theirs. It'll be ours, and we'll be right inbounding it here as Blake Miller comes into the ball game to replace Mark Mace for UDA. So Oxidine will inbound the ball. Pushes it over the wing here for Miller. Blake spins it outside here, Gunderman. And Blake Miller. Blake picking it up here for Oxidine. Over there for Miller. Miller from outside for a good 2 points from Blake Miller, who just came into the ball game, and Blake hits a nice 18-foot 2-point shot. That's Wagner with it for the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. Wagner over the wing he goes. Wasilis with it. Wasilis spins it near side here. Troutman. Troutman goes to take it inside. Hops around. Now wait a minute. They're going to be shooting to a foul called on UD. Foul was on Zach Laudenschlager, his first. Team's third. Troutman's first shot's good. He's shooting two. Makes it a 15-7 ball game. Blake Ringler off the bench for UDA. Second shot's good. Ringler will come into the ball game now. He'll be taking Laudenschlager's spot for UD as Trojans will bring the ball up. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the opening period. The bounce pass over there for Ringler. Ringler on the baseline. Miller will pass it back out here now for Gunderman. Gunderman bounce pass over here. Oxidine. Ox will take it inside. Stopping, pop in all over the rim. No good. Rebound comes down here. It'll be controlled to Gunderman. Gunderman with a good, strong rebound that time. And back with it comes Blake Miller. Blake. Wasilis on him. I mean on him. Right inside for two. It's good. Good pass inside from the baseline to Oxidine, and Ox for two. Way to go. This is Wagner coming up court here for Tri-Valley. Wagner over the wing. He'll go with a shot over there for three off the mark. Rebound comes right down there to Drew Gunderman, and back comes the Trojans with it. There's a shot put up, blocked away by Wagner, and then a reach-in foul will be called on Zach Mace. He picks up the personal foul, and it'll be Wagner inbounding. 20 got to go all the way. Oh, that's a charge foul. Thank you very much. Foul is on Shadle, who just flattened one of the Trojans. And that'll be Trojans inbounding the ball here in just a second. Matt Harmon coming into the ball game to replace Gunderman for UDA. 2:08 left here in the first quarter. Trojans up by 9 as Oxidine brings it up court with Shadle on him. Near wing over here comes down to Harmon, and in the corner there for Zach Mace. There's a shot for three. That's a little bit short. Rebounded nicely on the far side here to Ringler. Back outside. They'll bring it back here for Miller. Blake trying to take it inside. Does so. Has it blocked out of there. And we're going to have Ball tapped out of there by Troutman of Tri-Valley. Into the ball game for Tri-Valley. Here's Zach Mace. Harmon. This is Harmon. Harmon will pick up the dribble, drop it in here for Oxidine. Ox goes over there for Miller into the corner. This is Harmon. Harmon inside here for Zach Mace. Zach, one thump, one shot. Nope, gets his own rebound. Oh, he couldn't keep it, though, as he went out of bounds, forced out of bounds down there. And so the Trojans will turn it over. They'll inbound it here for that Wasilis. And Wasilis goes on a bounce pass to Troutman on the baseline, now underneath, and it's out of bounds off the hands of 20, was it? Yeah, Shadle. So UD will inbound. Yep, into the corner it goes. This is Ringler. Ringler out front here. Man, he's mugged. And now we got a foul called. Non-shooting. Foul is on Shadle. Trojans send in a new squad, including this time Matthew Gessner in there. He'll inbound the ball for UDA. No, he won't. Where's he going? Nope, it'll be Gunderman inbounding to Gessner. Gessner's a freshman. Nice bounce pass in here for Skylar Foltz. Over in the wing it goes here. Shot for three is good. For three from Zach Laudenschlager. Way to go, Loudy Schlow. Way to go. All right. There's a pass over here for that 24. Inside he goes. Ball tipped. Picked up in here by 21. Troutman from outside for three. That's no good. Rebound in there for that three guy. He fired it up over everything. Hit the guide wire up here, and that's out of bounds. So it's 20-8 with 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. This is Gessner. Gessner pushing it back over here for Mark Mace. Mark Mace. Give it back here for Gessner. Here's Matt Gessner. Near wing it comes here over here. Here's a shot for about size. Good for three. Yes, 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 yes. Mark Mace hits a three. Just looped it up there off the glass and in for three. It's 22-8 at the end of one. UDA on top. Getting ready to start the second quarter here now as the Bulldogs have the advantage of inbounding. Wagner spinning it over here. There's that Shadle guy over in the wing for two. It's good. Nice pass over there to that 34 Wasilis. And Wasilis put it in. Nice pass inside Drew Gunderman. Gunderman for two, a little bit short. Might have had somebody might have had a hand on that one. Troutman goes across there for that Wagner. Wagner pushes it inside, stolen away by the Trojans. Bad pass. Nice pass. Whoop, there's a bad pass also. Wow. The Trojans just a little bit too much in a hurry, and that Oxidine fired that right by the intended receiver. Here comes Wagner. Yeah, Laudenschlager, I think it was the intended receiver that time, but right by. Oh, ball tapped nicely by Laudenschlager. Quickly ahead here for Zach for two. It's good. Good tap and a good steal by Laudenschlager. And then the nifty pass gets the Trojans two. Way to go. Here comes Wagner trying to wheel it. Or that's not Wagner. That's Troutman. Troutman taking it on the baseline. Shot put up. It is blocked. And they're going to call a foul on UD. And the foul will send Wasilis to the foul line shooting two. Foul is on Zach Laudenschlager, his second, with 6:53 remaining here in the second. And Wasilis' first shot is good. Off the bench for UD. His second shot by Wasilis is good. It's 25-12, 6:53 remaining. Zach Laudenschlager checks out of the ball game for UDA as the Trojans replace him with that Blake Ringler. Up court comes Oxidine for the Trojans. Into the baseline it goes, but it's going to be knocked out of there off the hands of Wagner. So UD will get the inbound again. That long pass was not a good one over there on that far side. Handed right here to Gunderman. He'll hand it back here for Mace. This is Mark Mace. Mark taking it in. Oh, nice bounce pass for two. It's good. Good bounce pass to Blake Ringler. And Blake put her home. Way to go. Nice pass inside there, and Blake did not miss it. Trojans over there. Wasilis with it. Wasilis near wing. Comes here. The ball off the leg. There's a pass inside for Troutman, who hands it on the baseline. A good block inside, and then they're going to call a jump ball. It's ours. Good block inside there by, I think, Mark Mace. So up court come the Trojans now. Quiet crowd here. Ooh, whoa, a little bit of a walk there. Matt wanted to fire to somebody, and they weren't open, and he just took that little hop with that back foot. Or rather, the Bulldogs up court with it. 20 is Shadle over there for Wasilis. Near side here, Wagner. Wagner wanted to shoot a shot up and in. Good. Wagner with a 15-footer for two. And back come the Trojans. Mark Mace across the timeline for UDA. Here's Mark. Oh, bounced it off the leg of Troutman and out of bounds it goes. Troutman is number 3 for Tri-Valley. Sub coming in, it'd be Gunderman leaving the ball game, as well as Skylar Foltz will depart. And so will Mark Mace, as Blake Miller in there along with Harmon, and also Zach Mace back in there for UD. On the tie-up, they're going to give the ball to Tri-Valley. Schwalem inbounded it there for that, who is that? 20. Okay. Inside he goes, hold it. We got a foul called. Hold on Harmon, his first. Here's Troutman with a turnaround try. No good. Rebounded in there by the Trojans. Blake Ringler bringing that one down for UD. Up here for Matthew Harmon. That's a junior. Spins it over here for Miller into the corner. Mace. Zach Mace. Zach looking for something. Pushing it back outside here for Oxidine. Oxidine will break the thing, and a timeout called by Coach Calnon. So we've got 5:04 left here and a half. Trojans up by 13. And we'll be right back. Trojan timeout is over, and they will get set to inbound the basketball here. Matt Oxidine. Matt across the timeline for UD. Picking it off over here. Whoops. Ball stolen away. Troutman's got it for the Bulldogs to Wagner. Wagner looking for something inside, and Troutman has it. Troutman will take it in. Goes all the way to the hoop for two. It is no good. Rebounded in nicely by Zach Mace. And back come the Trojans. Here's Blake Miller. Over the wing here for Oxidine. Back here for Miller. And Blake will set up a play out in front. Inside, here it goes. A give and go, but didn't go. Blake Miller again. Whoops, stolen away. Then a trip, but no call. They would have liked the call on that. They did, but it's just an accidental trip. Certainly wasn't tried. And did he trip over his foot, or did the other guy trip him? It's hard to tell, so they didn't call it. Here's a shot for three that looks, ooh, it looked good from here, but Troutman with a good rebound. Quickly ahead, they'll spin it here for 20. He puts a shot, no good. 34, Wasilis had it. Ball loose, picked up over here by the Trojans eventually. And back they come. 3:48 left here in the third. 27-14. Good job defensively done by the Trojans that time, much to the delight of the Trojan crowd over the far side. Give the boys a hand. Here's Blake Ringler. Blake pushing it back outside. Sets up for three. Nope, no good that time. Rebound underneath there, and a push foul call on Wasilis as he submarined Blake Ringler. So there'll be no shooting Vasilis picks up the foul, and UD will inbound the ball. Trojans send in a whole other squad here now. Those guys here did a good job while they were in there. 3.5 minutes left in the second period. Kessner inbounded the ball here for Gunderman, and eventually and back here for Mark Mace. Here's Mark Mace. Mark Mace. Mark had some trouble with it. It's going to be picked up here by the other. Whoa! That time 20 looked like he was underneath the basket out of bounds and put that one up and in. Here's Fultz with it. Fultz picking up that one dribble, and then he lost that one out of bounds. It says it went out of bounds off Wagner. Here, Gunderman getting ready to inbound the basketball for the Trojans. Back here for Landenschlager. Here's Mark Mace. Mark goes to take it inside. The ball stolen away. Back with it they come. Quick pass over there. That one's stolen right back again. Quick pass up here for Landenschlager, who's off his head and out of bounds as the play gets a little ragged here. And it'll be Blake Miller replacing Drew Gunderman for UD. Here's that Shadle. Shadle taking it all the way inside. Puts a shot up. No good. Back with it comes UD. Mark Mace. Mark over there for that Blake Miller. Here's Miller with it. Near wing. Inside here, and a foul called. Foul will be on Wagner, I believe. Yeah, Wagner will pick up the personal foul. And UD will inbound. Kessner to inbound. Does so back here for Miller. Miller out in front. Mace with it. Mace tries to go inside with his tapped out of there as Rhodey got a hand on that one. Inbounds it back here for Mark Mace. Oh, Mark should take it inside. No, wanted to dump it on the baseline. I guess they're going to say it was blocked out of there by the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. So it'll be inbounded by Matthew Gessner. Pushes it back here for Mark Mace. Mark set it up but didn't pull the trigger. Here's Blake Miller for Mace. Mace back here for Miller. Miller steps up looking for three. He's got it. 3-point for Blake Miller. There's a steal on the inbounds play by Gessner. Good for two. Gessner making the steal on the inbounds play and got two more. So the Trojans pick up 5 quick points here. Here's Vasilis trying to go in on the baseline. He slides to a halt, but a walk called. It's 32-16. The Trojans have doubled them up here with 1:32 remaining in the first half of the ball game. Blake Miller across the timeline, bouncing it here for Landenschlager. Landenschlager goes underneath there, but it's going to go out of bounds. It'll go off the hands of, so they'll spin this one back out here for Blake Miller eventually. Here's Blake. Over the baseline he goes with it. Picked up over there by Gessner. Gessner has himself a little tangled up. Now takes it inside, puts a shot up. He's fouled. He'll go to the line, shooting 2. Matthew Gessner to the line to shoot a pair for UDA. Foul was on Morgan, his first. And Gessner's first shot, short. He'll get to shoot one more. So we'll see if Matt can put this one in, go 1 for 2. Yep, got that one to fall. Okay, here's Wagner back in here for Troutman. Time running down here in the first half of the ball game. Over there for Troutman. Troutman spins it over here now. Inside they'll go for the shot to Rhodey, or pass to Rhodey, good for 2. 48 seconds remaining. 33-18 is Mark Mace. Trojans will play the clock down if we can. Mark will drop it for Blake Miller. Blake over here for Gessner. Gessner pushes it over to wing. Back outside they'll come. Here's Mace. Spins it on the near wing, but off the foot of off the foot of Ringler. And it's going to be inbounded here, went off the Bulldogs. So Blake Miller will inbound the ball for UDA. Here is Mark Mace. 10 seconds remaining. Let's see if the Trojans can take advantage here. 10 seconds. They push it back outside here. It comes over here for this is good if it goes. Wouldn't go. And that's going to do it as time comes to an end. So they filled away about 35 or 40 seconds, but didn't get anything for it in the end anyway, but still lead 33-18 at the end of one half of this ball game. Back with the second half in just 1 minute. Well, we're back for the second half action here this afternoon now, as the Bulldogs will get the ability to inbound the ball first. Is that Wagner fella. And Wagner will loop it over here now for Troutman. Here's Wasilis, and Wasilis back for Troutman. Troutman bumps his way inside, puts a shot up and in good. So the first 2 points of the second half belong to the Bulldogs, and particularly to Troutman. Here's Oxidine coming up court with it. He's being harassed there, spins it over there for Mark Mace into the end line, and a charging foul called on Zach Laudenschlager. He made the bucket, but of course it won't count. They're going to call a charge on Zach. That will be his third, I believe. Let's check it out. For Zach, it'll be personal foul number 3, and he'll check out of the ball game now, as the Trojans send Blake Ringler in there to replace him. Up court comes Wagner. Ringler guarding him. Troutman trying to take it inside, lost the handle, picks it back up, lost it again, out of bounds it goes. It's going to be black ball. They're going to say it stays up here. Wasilis will inbound the ball to Troutman. Oh, he's held up there nicely. Ball still on the floor. Somebody pick it up. A couple of times it came loose, and the Bulldogs keep picking up that ball. Here's a loop inside. Shot put up, no good. Rebound comes down to Gunderman. Back here quickly comes Oxidine with it over the wing. Mark Mace wants to put it up. 14-foot try, good for 2. Mark Mace forcing his way inside nicely that time and put one up from about 14 feet out. And the Trojans took up 2 points. Here's Wagner. Oh, they go inside with a shot by Wasilis, good for 2. Nice pass from Shadle inside that time. They'll bounce it over here into the corner. Ringler with it. Blake picking it back out here. Here's Oxidine, and going to call a foul. Looking at the coach over here. A blocking foul called, and coach ref gives the coach a look there. A delayed reaction on that one. It's going to be Mark Mace coming out of the ball game along with. No, I guess it was just Mark that came out. Here's Oxidine. Ox picking up the dribble over the wing there for Blake Miller, who just entered the ball game. Here is a shot put up, good for 2. Skylar Foltz with a good move that time inside. Knocked the guy over to do it, but he got away with it and gets 2 more. I'll tell you the score here in just a second. Shadle back over there for Troutman. Troutman on the baseline outside here. Shadle takes it up, and that looked like a walk first. No, a blocking foul called on UD. At the line shooting 2. The foul was on Gunderman. And here's Shadle's first try. It is no good. Kessler into the ball game for UDA. Young fella missed his first shot. Second shot, good. He made 1 out of 2. Blake Miller will inbound it here for Gessner. Matthew Gessner coming up court for UDA. Had some problems with it, picks it up. Dropping it over here for Blake Miller. Blake down on the baseline, stopping. And his pass is out of bounds, knocked out of there by Shadle of Tri-Valley. So it'll be Oxidine coming back in here for the Trojans. He'll replace Matthew Gessner, and it'll be Drew Gunderman inbounding the ball for UDA. Drew snaps it back here for Skylar Foltz. And now we have a drive right to the hoop for two. It's good. Well, the waters parted, and Matt Oxidine took advantage of that and just went right down there and dumped that one home. Nice drive by Matthew. Here's a nice drive underneath. Stolen away. Kid goes to the deck hard back there. He's okay. Looping a pass over here for Oxidine. Fakes once, puts a shot up, and a foul called. Matt Oxidine will go to the line for UDA. He'll be shooting two. I was on Troutman, his first. Matthew's first shot's good. Matt Oxidine puts the first one in. Harmon into the ball game to replace Gunderman. Zach Mace in there to replace Skylar Foltz. Second shot, sure a little bit short. Ball comes back here, and Oxidine has the rebound for Blake Miller. Miller driving it down on the wing, cut off in there by Rohde. Back outside here for Oxidine. Oxidine's going to be held. We got a hold called in here on number 12. Foul is on Morgan, his second of the ball game. Here's Oxidine. Oh, tried to go across, but it's kicked out of there off the leg of Troutman. 4:45 left here in the third period. Trojans up by 17, 40-23. Blake Miller. Blake will take it back out in front. He's double teamed, pushes it back here for Oxidine. And the ball is called for a backcourt violation that time. The Trojans messed around with it out here a little bit too long. The double team on Blake Miller made that one happen. So this is Wagner coming up court for Tri-Valley. Troutman with it. Troutman lost the handle, then it's stolen away very, very nicely that time by Matt Harmon. Quickly ahead here for Blake Miller. Then Blake Miller is going to be fouled. Some nice passing that time. Left Blake Miller escape towards the bucket, but a foul will be called on number 32, Troutman. And that'll send Blake Miller to the foul line, shooting two. Troutman for Tri-Valley picks up his second personal foul, team's fourth. And to the line goes Blake Miller, shooting two, his first one, good. 41-23. Blake can make it a 19-point differential. He puts this one in. And he did. Timeout called by Tri-Valley. 4:21 remaining here in the third quarter. And the Trojans up by 19. Ball is inbounded now by the Tri-Valley Bulldogs following their timeout. 30-second timeout, I believe it was. As Wagner has it. He'll pick it up, looking for some help here. Spins it over here for Rohde. Rohde tries to take it inside, but we have a foul called on UD. Reaching in and holding will be called on Blake Miller, I think. Yeah. Blake Miller picks up the personal foul. As Wasilis tries to inbound the ball, it came out of bounds off UD. They said it went off Zach Mace, and it probably did. Off his foot. Then there's another ball trying the inbound, and this one goes out of bounds off the Trojans too. Either Mace or Ringler that time got a hand or a foot or something on that one, knocked it out of there, so they'll try it one more time. Inbound play again, tapped away nicely by Ringler. Back with it comes Miller for two. It's no good. I missed it. And on the rebound, let's see, controlled to the Bulldogs, and then we're going to have a hold foul called on UDA. I was on Ringler, and back come the Bulldogs. This is Wasilis. Wasilis will check it back out here now for Wagner. Wagner on the baseline, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Zach Mace. Mace will pick up the foul. Blocking foul, they say. And it'll be inbounded here by Wasilis for Tri-Valley. For Troutman. Six shot up there, no good. Rebound tapped over there. Outside, they'll spin it. There's Wagner again with it. Over the wing there for Rohde. Ball tapped loose by Miller, but the Bulldogs maintain possession. Here's Troutman into the corner. Wasilis with it. Back outside here. They go over the wing. Oh, on the baseline. Try to dump it inside for Rohde. Rohde picks it up. No good. Return shot put up and in. Good. Four-court pressure put on. Here comes Harmon. Harmon stopping. Trying to dump it on the baseline, but it's tapped out of there by the Bulldogs. Trojans will send 4 new players in. The only one remaining in there for UDA will be Oxidine. 2:52 left here in the third quarter. 42-25 UD. Here's Skylar Foltz. Mark base with Troutman guarding him. Whoa, they're going to say Mark turned it over. And I think he might have. That high dribble cost him. Wasilis will inbound it here for Shadle, or is that Shadle? Wait, now we got a hold called on UD. Wasilis will inbound the ball. The hold foul was on Oxidine. Oh, right underneath there for a shot for 2. Well, they didn't defend on that one very well at all, and Shadle was able to put that one up very easily and put it in. Oh, there's a walk called on Mark Bay. So Mark, goof it up here a little bit. He's got to come out of there now as Gessner will come back in for him. It's a 15-point margin now for UDA with 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter, as Wagner brings it up for the Bulldogs. Goes right inside here for Troutman. Dumps it back out. Shadle with it. Shadle on the baseline. Now he'll have to go back outside for 3. It's good. It's good by Wagner. And all of a sudden, the margin changing out here. We're going to have a foul called on Shadle, tripping up the Trojans. Matt Oxidine, sending him sprawling. And so Shadle will pick up the foul. They inbounded here for Oxidine. Here's that. Minute 55 left here in the third, and a tie-up. They're going to say it was tied up. It'll stay down here as Drew Gunderman ties it up with Wasilis. Schwalm. No. The Bulldogs. Skylar Foltz with it. Skylar dumping it here for a shot partially blocked. Inside it comes away with it now is that Morgan for Tri-Valley for Wagner. There's Wagner there for Troutman. Schwalm from outside, no good. A rebound tapped over this way, and it's going to be saved in bounds, but out of bounds it was. Morgan's tried to save it in but couldn't do it, so UD will inbound the ball. Here's Gessner. He's double teamed. Back over here for Drew Gunderman. Spins it over there for Oxidine. 1:15 and a foul called on Morgan. And that should allow Oxidine to go to the foul line, which he immediately goes there. And Matthew will be shooting at 1-1. Or will he? No, he won't. Nope. Okay. It'll be Shadle coming back into the ball game to replace 3. Schwalm. Drew Gunderman. Drew Gunderman pulls it back out here now. They'll spin it back here for a shot by Gessner. Just off the mark. Rebound comes down on this side. They're going to try to save it in. Good save by Skylar Foltz, who, as it was going out of bounds, just slammed it back in off one of the Bulldogs. And so the Trojans have possession with 1:02 left here in the third quarter. Trojans by 12. There's a ball loose on the far side, and Laudenschläger grabs it and is going to tie it up on a tie-up. Let's see. It's going to belong to the Bulldogs. They can cut the lead to 10 here with a bucket now. They've got 58 seconds left in the third. Oh, wait a second. We're going to get a blocking foul called. The shot was good. The shot was good. Shadle will go to the line shooting one to get three. The foul was on Skylar Foltz. All of a sudden, the Bulldogs coming to life here now. He can cut it to single digits if he puts this one in. And he did. So it's a 9-point ball game now, 42-33. And up court come the Trojans. This is Oxidine. Nice bounce pass there for Skylar Foltz for two. A good bounce pass from Oxidine to Skylar Foltz. And Skylar put her home. Here's Wagner. Near wing over here comes to that Shadle. Shadle on the drive for two. It's good. Shadle lets him wrap around underneath and puts it home. Here's Ringler. Ringler might take this one all the way in. He does. Lifts it up and in. Good. Blake Ringler gets those two back as both teams start to play NBA basketball now. Everybody's scoring. Here's Shadle back outside here for Wagner. Wagner over the wing. He goes with it. Now a pass underneath. It's going to be knocked away, picked up by the Trojans. Gessler coming up court with it. This is good if it goes. It's no good. Oh. Anyway, Trojans lead by 11 at the end of three. It's 46-35 UDA. Okay, we've got 8 minutes to play here now. Trojans with the advantage of inbounding. They do so back here for Foltz. Here's Drew Gunderman for three. Wouldn't go. You ought to give him a point and a half for that anyway. And back with it come the Bulldogs. This is Wagner. Ooh, nearly threw that one away. I thought Troutman has it. On the baseline, they go with it. Pushing it back out here for Wagner. Now back outside. Shot from out there by Troutman, no good. Return shot put up, no good. Return shot put up, no good. And the Trojans finally grab the basketball as Oxidine brings it down for UD. And back they come. Oxidine is tripped up here. The foul will be on 20, I believe. Foul is on 20, and that's going to send Oxidine to the foul line for UDA. He will be shooting two. Shadle checks out of the ball game with his fifth foul. So he is done for the afternoon. And the coach will put somebody else in here for him. I'm not sure who went in, but at any rate, it is Oxidine at the line shooting a 1-and-1. First shot good. 47-35. We'll see if Ox can do that again. We know he can. Will he? That's the question. I think he will. I think he did. Way to go. 48-35, 7:25 remaining in the ball game. Trojans looking to pick up their win here and go on to play the winner of Millersburg Williams Valley tomorrow night. Nice shot put up there by that Wasilis. Snuck underneath there, got a good pass and put it in. Here's Oxidine with a behind the back dribble. Ox with another one, only this time it's not going to work. Picking it up here, Wasilis for two. It's good. So all of a sudden now we're going to have a timeout called by the Trojans as the Trojans give it up twice and the Tri-Valley Bulldogs score twice. So 7 minutes remaining, you might say, 6:58. And the Trojan lead now down to 9. Trojan timeout is over now. They'll inbound the basketball, leading by 9. Had led by as many as 19 at one point. Now back to 9. Tapped away. Good steal in there. Good steal by Mace. Mark Mace making a good steal. Got the ball back for his Trojans. So let's see what happens here. Now we got to do something. Inbound play has plagued the Trojans in a couple of ball games, and now they got it in safely this time so far. Anyway, here's Mace dropping it back here for Oxidine. Oxidine takes it across the timeline, so we're safe that way anyway. Here's Gooderman for Oxidine. They're putting the pressure on the boys over into the wing. Mark Mace looping it in here for Laudenschlager. Laudenschlager trying to make a move inside. He is going to shoot two as he is hung on to by one of the number 3 hanging on to him in there. That's that Schwalm. He was hanging on to him so hard. I think Zach lifted him off his feet as he was trying to make the shot. First shot, good. Zach Laudenschlager with a good bucket. Schwalm will check out now. Rohde checking back in there for the Bulldogs. 6 1/2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Trojans by 10, and Zach Laudenschlager can make it 11. No, in and out, no good. Good return shot, put up and in by Oxidine. Matt Oxidine right there to return that foul shot and put it up in, gives the Trojans a lead now of 41 or 51 to 39, I think it is. I'll have to look at the scoreboard in a minute. Joe, what's the score?
51-39.
Yeah, 51-39. Shot put up and in. It's good. That's going to allow Wagner to go to the foul line to get 3 back for his Bulldogs. He will shoot 1. The bucket was good. He'll shoot 1 into the ball game. First shot, or one and only shot, good. So the 3-point margin, or the margin the Trojans had, now reduced by 3. Hold everything. We're going to have a blocking foul called on Wasilis, I think. Number 34. No, it's on 3. Schwalm. No, it's not. It's on Wasilis. Okay, it's a 1-on-1 situation, which will send Oxidine to the line again for UDA, shooting a big 1-and-1. Blake Miller into the ball game for the Trojans to replace Gunderman for UD. 6:05 remaining in this ball game. Trojans by 10, and we'll see if Matt can do something about that. Nope, not that time. Rebounded nicely over there, however, by Mace. Mace takes it out in front. Look out, lost the handle on it. The ball comes loose, picked up in here by Blake Miller. He's rammed into by Troutman. And Blake Miller will go to the foul line, shooting a 1-and-1 for UDA. 10th team foul for 10th team foul for the Bulldogs, so he'll be shooting 2. See if Blake has the foul shooting eye here this afternoon. First shot. Yeah, I'd say so. Way to go, Blakester. Nice bucket. 53-42. Can Blake make it an even dozen lead for the Trojans? Yes. Yep. 54-42. 5:55 remaining here in the ball game. It's been a good ball game. Trojans broke out on top in this one and never really did look back. Ooh, near steal. Wow. Over and a wing. They hustled it inside. The ball on the floor, picked up in here, tied up, and they're going to call a foul. They are going to call a foul on somebody. Laudenschlager. Yeah, foul was on Zach Laudenschlager. And that will send Schwalm to the line. Shooting, or is it? No, it's not Schwalm. It's, yeah. Good first shot. Wasilis at the line shooting. He made his first one. Here's his second shot. It is good. So Wasilis goes 2 for 2. Here's Oxidine with it. Had it nearly tipped away. Has it back again. Ox looking on the baseline here for Ringler. Ringler makes a good move inside for 2. Blake Ringler with a nice move that time. That was good. Here comes Wagner with it. Wagner near wing, tapped away over there as it's knocked out of there by Zach Mace, or rather Mark Mace. And Wagner of Tri-Valley will inbound the ball. There's Morgan rolling it over on the baseline. Ooh, going to throw that one back court or out of bounds. Either way, we'll get the ball. It'll be our ball to inbound. Zach Mace coming into the ball game. For UD, he'll replace Skylar Fultz. Skylar's a sophomore on the ball club. Tallest kid out there. And it'll be Mark Mace inbounding the ball. Mark, ooh, right right there to Miller. Miller, oh, might have had Blake Ringler open, but he didn't see him. Now Blake's open for 2. Good. Well, Ringler was cammed over there. All they had to do was get the ball to him, and Blake put her home. Nice bucket by that Blake Ringler. Here is Wagner trying to stuff one inside, but he is tripped. He's tripped up, and a foul will be called on UD. Foul is on Mark Mace, and that will send Wagner to the line, shooting 2. First shot, good. Foul on Mark Mace was his first of the ball game, and Wagner of Tri-Valley puts 2 in. 2 in a row in for him. So it's 57-46, 4:51 remaining in this ball game. Okay, Mark Mace to inbound the basketball following the timeout. And he inbounds it over here for Oxidine. Oxidine having a little trouble out there. About 2 or 3 guys chasing him. Gets it over here for Blake Miller. Blake got to take it up, push it off the glass a little bit too high. Rebound comes back here to Troutman. He'll drop it back now for Wagner. Wagner taking it all the way. Everybody parted. And Wagner taking it in good for 2. And timeout called by the Trojans. 57-48, a 9-point lead now. And UD calls timeout. Well, Mark Mace ready to inbound again for the Trojans following their timeout here. They do so for Blake Miller. Blake has the ball tapped out of his hands and out of bounds it goes. They're going to say it was tapped out there by Morgan, number 12. So the Trojans will retain possession to inbound anyway. But they're putting a lot of forecourt pressure on UD here now. Here's Blake Miller breaking it, rolling it across, stolen away. Picked up over here by Troutman. By Wagner, rather. Wagner stopping and popping. It's good. The bucket counts. And to the foul line goes Wagner of Tri-Valley. He will be shooting 1 to get 3 and make this game get awfully, awfully close. So we'll see what happens here now as he'll be shooting 1 to get 3. 51. 6-point ball game now. So the Trojans got to really hang on and try and see if they can beat this pressure. Timeout called by Mark Mace. Trojans again with the inability to get the ball in, and they had to call time. 4:14. The clock moving ever so slowly right now for UDA as they lead by 6. Mark Mace will inbound the basketball again, and let's see if the Trojans can break this press. They are surely putting the pressure on UD. They'll put it over here for Oxidine. Ox will take it down the left wing side. Now whoa, stolen away. Looping down here, 4-point game. Yep. Wasilis for 2 on the steal. So the Trojans getting themselves unglued here for sure. Here comes a nice bounce pass over here for Ringler. His shot is blocked. They're going to call a hold. And that's going to allow one of the Trojans. It's going to be Blake Ringler at the foul line shooting 2 for UDA. He'll be shooting a pair with 3:50 left, I should say, in the ball game. Trojans by 4. And let's see if Blake can hit a couple of these. They're going to be big. Both teams in the bonus. Both teams shooting the double bonus, I guess you'd call it. Both teams shooting 2 every time, although he was shooting that time anyway, I guess. But still, let's see what happens here. He'll shoot 1 more. It is no good. Missed a pair. Rebound comes out here. Trojans control. Here's Mark Mace. Mark tied up. He'll spin it back here now for Miller, and Miller is held. Wasilis will pick up the foul, and that will allow Blake Miller to go to the foul line for UDA. He will be shooting 2. So Blake Miller will go to the foul line for UDA. He'll be shooting 2 with 3.5 minutes left. 3:39 to be exact. Foul was on number 34, Wasilis. He picked up his 3rd as Blake Miller puts in his first one. 58-53. Here's Blake's second shot. It is good. So senior Blake Miller, playing steadily for UDA, puts in 2 and gives the Trojans a 6-point lead back again. This is Wagner coming up court for Tri-Valley. Wagner picks up the dribble, spins it over here for that Troutman. Troutman out in front. Wasilis wants to take it inside, hop to a stop, gives it back here for Morgan. Morgan out here with Wagner. Wagner will have to hold it. Got a foul called on number 11, Mark Mace. He reaches in, and that's going to send Wagner to the foul line, shooting 2 for the Bulldogs. Wagner's first shot's good. 59-54. And Wagner can make it a 4-point game if he puts this one in, which he did. 59-55. Here comes Oxidine. Oxidine breaking it up the court. Still in control of it, more or less, and a push foul is going to be called on Morgan, and that will send Oxidine back to the foul line for UDA. He will be shooting 2. I'll tell you, the clock running ever so slowly. 3:10 left here in the ball game, and all these foul shots becoming so important. It didn't seem so when we had a 19-point lead, but since that lead has melted down here, we got to get everyone we can. So let's see if Matt can get us at least 1 out of this and give us our 60th point and a 5-point lead if he puts this one in, which he did not. Nope. Wagner with the rebound. Back up court he comes with it. Stopping. Giving it here for Morgan. Into the corner it comes now for that Schwalm. Here's Morgan, or Troutman with it rather. He goes inside, and we're going to get a walk call as he got tangled up going down the paint. They'll call a walk on him. So again, the Trojans with an advantage. Take advantage here of this turnover if we can. Here comes Blake Miller, rushing it down the court very nicely. They'll pull it back outside. Now for Blake Miller. Miller has Laudenschlager on the baseline. Laudenschlager pushing it across here for Mark Mace. Mark Mace with it. Back here for Oxidine and hold everything. We're going to get a charge called on Oxidine. Coach Calnon cannot believe that call. Sure looked like they were moving, huh? Anyway, it's a non-shooting one here on the offensive zone, or whatever they call that, an offensive foul. And so they don't shoot, but back with it come the Bulldogs. Wasilis rolling it over there for Morgan. Morgan taking inside. He double dribbled it, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Okay, so again, the turnover allowing the Trojans to get something out of this. So let's see if we can. There's Miller. Miller pushing it off here for the Trojans as they loop it back over here for Blake Miller. 2:18 remaining. Back here for Miller. Miller will spin it there for Mark Mace. Mark back over here for Blake Miller. Blake taking it, spinning it over in the wing there for Oxidine. Oxidine trying to work some time off and gives it up instead to Wagner. Wagner taking it inside, looking for 2. It's good. And back with it comes Blake Miller again. Blake winding it down, pushing it outside. Shot from over there for 3. Just off the mark. Rebounded nicely by Skyler Fultz. It's good. And Skyler is fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 1 to get 3. Big bucket for the big guy out here right there in that situation. 61-57, a minute 39 seconds remaining. Skyler shooting 1, and timeout's going to be called by the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. So by gosh, that was a big bucket for Skyler to get up and in there, and that helps. 61-57. We'll be right back with a minute and 40 seconds remaining. Skyler Fultz takes his place on the foul line, shooting 1, a huge free throw. Let's see what Skyler can do with this one. It is good. Good bucket. 62-57, a 5-point lead. Back up court comes Wagner for Tri-Valley. Wagner will spin it near wing over here for Schwalm. Schwalm outside for three, short. Rebound comes down here though. Let's see, picked up by the Trojans. Here comes Mark Mace. Mark for two. Oh, wouldn't go. But he is fouled. The foul will be on Schwalm, and Mark Mace will go to the foul line shooting two for UDA. Oh, if that one could have gone in, but see if Mark can get a couple of these to win the freebie way here. He'll shoot two. First shot, good. 63-57. It's a 6-point ball game with 1:20. I'll show you the clock here as soon as he makes this second shot. Here's Mark's second try. It is, oops, just a little bit off the mark. Rebounded in there to the Bulldogs. Wagner coming down with it. Over the wing he goes. Morgan pulls it up short. Now they'll spin it here. Schwalm for three. That's off the mark on the far side. Picked up in there by Mark Mace. Mark Mace will bounce it here nicely to Blake Miller. Blake Miller winding it around. Blake lost the handle, and then he tries to go inside to call a double dribble. But we got 55 seconds remaining in a 6-point ball game, and Wagner will inbound the basketball for the Bulldogs of Tri-Valley. Here comes Troutman with it for Tri-Valley. Troutman, time running down here. Now they'll bounce it inside here for Wagner. He shot good for two. But took some time off the clock. He did that time. And here's the ball picked up in here by the Bulldogs. They'll race it ahead, and a foul will be called on Oxidine, which will send Morgan to the foul line to shoot two for the Bulldogs. Here's Morgan's first try. It's good. So he'll get one more shot at it. He can make it a 2-point game. He puts this one in. He did. 63-61. Ball tapped out of there onto the hands of Wasilis. And so UD will inbound the ball. Here comes Oxidine with it. Ox is fouled. A foul will be on Morgan. Oxidine will go to the line shooting two for UDA. So I'll tell you, we've got 24 seconds left in this ball game. It's a 2-pointer right now. Number 12, Morgan, just picked up his 5th personal foul. And Rhodey will check into the ball game to replace Morgan for the Tri-Valley Bulldogs, as Oxidine gets set to go to the line shooting two big foul shots for UDA. You wouldn't have thought it would come down to this, but it has. And so let's see what happens. First shot by Matt, good. It's a 3-point ball game, 64-61 with 24 seconds left. That was big. This would even be bigger yet. See what happens here. It is good. Two great foul shots by Matt Oxidine, 65-61. And the Tri-Valley Bulldogs would have liked timeout as soon as they get up here, but they didn't take it. Here's Wagner. Wagner for three. No good. Rebound comes down there nicely to Oxidine. He's held. Wasilis picks up the foul, grabbing a hold of Oxidine. So Ox will go to the line again for UDA, and again he'll be shooting two. What a super afternoon Matt Oxidine has had. And timeout's going to be called by the Tri-Valley coach. So it's 65-61, 8.5 seconds remaining. And Tri-Valley will call timeout. Oxidine will be at the line when we come back, shooting two. Matt Oxidine takes his position on the line. The Trojans drop back here in a defensive stance. And well, let's see now. The ball is given to Oxidine, and let's see what Matt can do with a couple of these. Here's his first try. It's good. Good foul shot by Matt Oxidine. Boy, I'll tell you, the kid has played one heck of a ball game here this afternoon. 66-61. It's a 5-point margin. And Matt's second shot is good. 66-61. That score is wrong, I think. Anyway, back it comes. Looking for three. It's good for three. And that's going to do it. As time runs out, the Trojans have won the ball game. The final score, UDA 67 and the Bulldogs 64. So I'll tell you what, the Trojans played a heck of a ball game, but so did the Tri-Valley Bulldogs, coming back from a 19-point deficit at one point and really hanging in there and giving the Trojans, quite frankly, some fits here at the end for sure. So a heck of a ball game and a good afternoon for the Trojans. They'll play in the championship round tomorrow night versus either Tri-Valley or Millersburg here tomorrow evening. So we'll get to see them play again now for a championship of the Love 99 tournament for 2004-2005. And so we'll see you then. Good ball game. Again, final score, UDA 67. And the visiting, or I should say the guests on the scoreboard anyway, Tri-Valley Bulldogs 64. Good night, good afternoon from Millersburg. Well, good evening, everybody, from Millersburg. Tonight, the Trojans play their second game in the Love 99 tournament for 2004 when they take on these Williams Valley Vikings. The Trojans come here by virtue of defeating the Tri-Valley Bulldogs yesterday, and tonight the Vikes got here by defeating Millersburg last night. So big matchup here tonight between the Trojans and the Vikings, and we'll be set to go here in just a moment. We're going to have a starting lineup announcements here, and then we'll go and see what ought to be a pretty exciting ball game, we hope. Blake Miller introduced first here for UDA. He'll be starting, of course. Number 25, Matt Oxidine, who played a very good ball game yesterday in a winning effort against Tri-Valley. Drew Gooderman cooperating and contributing, I should say, to the ball club, along with Zach Laudenschlager and finally Skylar Foltz. So that's your starting five for tonight's ball game. Trojans play a lot of kids, and a lot of these guys will get into the ball game tonight for sure. For the Vikings, on the other side here now, we have number 22, Pat Radaichuk. He'll be playing in there with his brother. Here's Jan Murray, number 24. Number 25 is Grenya. Brian, I think it is, Grenya. There are two Grenyas. This is Brian Grenya. And Phil Stroop is number 43. And Josh Radaichuk, number 44 for the Vikings. So we'll be set to go following the national anthem with the opening tip-off, and let's get her going. Trojans ready to break their pre-tip-off huddle here now, getting final instructions and encouragement from the coaching staff and their teammates. So here we go. Good crowd tonight so far. This is a doubleheader, of course. The first game saw the Tri-Valley Lady Bulldogs defeat the Williams Valley Williams Valley Vikingettes, whatever they are. Anyway, so tonight the Trojans will see if we can go after these guys and get a lead on them and hold it if we can. So it'll be Skylar Foltz tipping it off out here against Phil Stroop for the Vikings. Opening tip controlled by the Vikings back here for Josh Radaichuk, who hands it over here to Pat Radaichuk. Whoops, a little bit of trouble with it. He'll pick it up, drags it on the near wing over here. No, this is Pat Radaichuk. I beg your pardon. This is Pat Radaichuk. They'll look for something to develop on the wing over there. It's nearly stolen away. It is taken here back by the Vikings, however. Inside, then it rolls off the leg of Josh Radaichuk and out of bounds, so UDA will inbound the ball. Come the Trojans with it for the first time here for Blake Miller. Out here for Oxidine. Oxidine has Drew Gunderman on the wing. Now back out here for Ox, near wing over here for Miller. Bounce it inside. Now back out for three. It's good for two. Blake Miller hits the first bucket of the ball game. It's 2-0 UDA. Down the sideline goes Murray with it, spinning it here for Radaichuk. This is Josh Radaichuk with it. Josh holding it out at the top of the circle for Stroop. Stroop will dribble it once or twice, gives it over here to Pat Radaichuk. Pat taking it over under the wing there for Josh. Josh for two. It's good. Charge foul called on Radaichuk. He'll pick up the first one. No bucket. Foul on Radaichuk, his first of the ball game. And so it'll be inbounded here by UDA. So the first foul belongs to Williams Valley. Up comes Radaichuk. Or up comes Radaichuk. That's Oxidine. I'm getting excited about this ball game myself here. Landschlager back out in front. They'll swing it. Back here for another attempt. A little bit short on that one. Rebound comes down there to Stroop. That's what he's in there for, is to get those rebounds. And he got that one pretty strongly for the Vikings. Up court comes Radaichuk on the baseline. Shot from over there for two, no good. Rebound comes right down here to the Trojans. Gunderman picking that one off. Back here for a quick pass here for a shot from the wing over here by Oxidine. Wouldn't go, but Ox gets a foul called on him as he reached in on the rebound. And it will be inbounded here by Grenier. Grenier inbounds it there for that Murray. Bill Murray up the court with it for the Vikes. Josh Radaichuk with it. Josh trying to work it inside. Gives it over here to Stroop for two. It's no good. Rebound comes down this way. Stroop has the rebound. Tries another shot. No good. Rebound comes out this way. Let's see who's got it. It's going to be picked up here by the Trojans. And back comes Oxidine. Near wing over here for Blake Miller. Oxidine over there for Gunderman. Gunderman from outside for three. Just off the mark. Rebounded in there to Grenier. And back come the Vikings. This is Pat Radaichuk. Bouncing it over there for brother Josh. Into the corner it goes. Murray with it. Murray working it onto the baseline. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound comes down here to the Trojans as Laudenschläger pulls that one off for UDA. Quick pass down the wing. They'll take it inside here. Blake Miller looking for two. Blocked out of there by Stroop. And then out of bounds it goes. So Phil Stroop with his second block of the ball game. On Oxidine, about a 1.5 difference in size there, but Phil did what he does best. And back comes Josh Radaichuk with it. You can block some, but you won't block them all, for sure. Here's Grenier. Or the wing, shot from over there for three, no good. Return shot put up by Radaichuk, good. So Josh Radaichuk gets the first 2 points of the ball game for the Vikings, tied up 2-2. He'll wind it to the near wing. Shot from over here for three, too long. Radaichuk picks that one off in the air, and back with it comes Murray for Williams Valley. Murray, near wing here for Grenier. Drops it there for Stroop out in front. Here's a dish back over here for Grenier for two. It's no good. Rebounded there to Stroop, and a push foul called. Foul will be on Stroop. He will pick up the personal foul. His first on Phil, and UD will inbound the basketball. Stroop pushing off on the rebound is called for the foul. So UD coming back up court with it. Matt Oxidine. Gunderman back here for Oxidine. Near wing it comes to Miller. Miller with it again. For Gunderman. Gunderman taking a move onto the baseline. Now spins it back outside here for Oxidine. Near wing. Miller inside they go on the baseline. Skyler Fultz will drop it back here. Pushing it out in front. Near wing for three. No good. Rebound comes down there to Pat Radaichuk. And up court they come. Here's Pat. Winding it on the wing over there. Out in front here for Grenier. Grenier for two. No good. Rebound comes down here. Let's see. It's going to be Stroop saving it inbounds, and does so here for a foul called. Hold everything. Foul called on number 30. That would be Drew Gunderman picking up his first personal foul. And it'll be Mark Mace and Zach Bass coming in to replace the Trojans, Gunderman and Fultz. Inbounded under here for a shot, no good. Third shot goes on the floor. We're going to have a push foul called on UDA. 33 for the Trojans. That's Zach Mace picks up the foul. And it'll be inbounded here by the Grenier of Williams Valley. Push it over in a wing. Shot from over here for two. No good. Rebounded in there to Grenier. His shot no good. Ball tipped around. Again, it's going to be another foul. Well, so the Trojans have picked up 3 fouls here in short order. Foul this time will be on number 11, Mark Mace. And that's going to send Josh Radajczak to the foul line, shooting 2 for Williams Valley. Tough ball game underneath the bucket for the Trojans. He can't get out of there without fouling. First shot by Radajczak is good. It's 3-2 Williams Valley. As Hand comes into the ball game for UDA, he'll replace Grenier. Here's Radajczak's second shot. And it is good. Josh Radajczak goes 2 for 2, and it's 4-2. The Vikings. Vikings have a considerable height advantage man-to-man. Turnaround shot by Zach Mace is good. Nice bucket. We're tied at 4. But they do have the height advantage underneath there. And up court with a hurry comes Murray. All the way to the baseline, and we got another foul called on the Trojans. Foul this time on Zach Mace again. That'll be his second. Non-shooting this time, and Hand will inbound the ball. Although before he does that, a couple of Trojans coming in here, including Ringler. No, they're not coming in. Buzzer sounded, but they're not coming in. Here's Blake Miller with a knee still out here. Murray's got the basketball, though, for the Vikings. Into the corner he goes with it for Josh Radajczak. Josh back outside here for Pat Radajczak. He'll take it inside, dump it here. There's a walk, no call. Return shot, no good. Ball comes down, and he's got a third try for Phil Stroop, no good. Finally, Radajczak puts it in. 3 tries for Phil Stroop, but he couldn't get it to go down. Radajczak finally gets it go in there. Over on the wing it goes for Mace. Miller inside now to Mace. Zach couldn't shoot it, or Mark rather couldn't shoot it. Here's Zach inside. Mark Mace goes in here for Ladenschlager. Ladenschlager is going to be hung on to and fouled. Foul will be on Murray. None shooting, reach in foul. It's 6-4. The Vikes are the home team tonight as Ringler enters the ball game for UDA and Skylar Foltz back in there for the Trojans. Mark Mace. Here for Oxidine. Mace with it. Now he goes on the baseline for Ringler. Back outside here for Mark Mace. Mark will bring it back out here. Near side. Shot by Ringler. Blocked out of there by number 31, Hand this time. And it'll be inbounded by UDA. 1:45 left in the opening quarter. Very low scoring at this point. Foltz back out here for Blake Miller. And Oxidine over the wing. There's for 3. It's good. It's good by that Oxidine. Matt hits it and puts the Trojans up by 1 at 7-6 UDA. Into the corner there for a shot for 3. Go for 2 by Radajczak. That was Josh Radajczak that time. Here's a pass inside, now back out. Whoops. Picks it back up again. Here's Blake Miller. Blake out here for Oxidine. Pushing it on the baseline there, but it was out of bounds off the hands of Skylar Foltz. It'll be turned over here to the Vikings with 1 minute remaining in the quarter. Zach Ladenschlager will replace Ringler for UDA. Radajczak bringing it up court for the Vikings. Inside of a minute to play here in the first quarter. Drop it here for Stroop. Stroop for 2. No good. Rebound tapped around. Radajczak with a shot. It's good. It'll count. And Josh will go to the line shooting. 1 to get 3. He is a biggie, is he not? And he plays well underneath the boards. Very tough to move around in there. And the foul will allow him to shoot 1. First of the ball game, and Zach makes all 3 of those points. And puts his Vikings up on top again with inside of a minute to play. Here is Blake Miller. It's 11-7. Vikes by 4. Miller. For Oxidine over there for that Mark Mace. Mark drops it inside here for Skylar Foltz. Back outside. Shot for 3. No good. On the rebound, it's going to be Williams Valley controlling. Long pass over. He throws it out of bounds. It'll be UD ball. The first quarter. So the Trojans will play it down, see if they can get to within 2 anyway before the period ends. Bouncing it over here for Blake Miller. Into the corner it goes for Skylar Foltz. Swinging it over there for Mark Mace. Inside, back outside, inside the near wing. That's going to be good if it goes, but it wouldn't go, and that's going to do it as the quarter comes to an end. So it is 11-7 at the end of one. Williams Valley by 4. Second period underway now. The Trojans with the basketball, so they'll try to bounce it here on the baseline. Shot from over there, no good. Rebound on the underneath is going to go out of bounds off the Trojans. It'll be Viking ball. Grenya back in there. He'll inbound the basketball here for that Murray guy. Murray up the court. Murray will spin it down on the wing over there for Josh Raditschak. Josh making his move over to the wing. Shot from over there for 2, no good. Rebound comes down here nicely to Oxidine. And Ox back up with it for UDA. Oxidine near wing. They'll go in the baseline. Now back out here. Here's Blake Miller. Oxidine. One ring there for Gunderman. Gunderman spins it back near wing here for Blake Miller. Tapped away in there by hand. And then a foul called on Blake Miller. He'll pick up the personal foul. That'll put the Vikings into a 1-and-1. Hand will go to the foul line, shooting a 1-and-1 for Williams Valley. Second shot is no good. A rebound comes down over there to the Grenier for 2. It's good. Height advantage very definitely showing up here for the Vikings. Making the big rebounds. Here's a pass blocked out of there. Hand again gets a hand on that one as they try to make the pass out here. It'll be Josh Mace. Zach Mace, rather, I mean, coming into the ball game. Here's Oxidine over there for Gunderman. Gunderman takes a dribble, tries to go inside, nothing doing there. Oh, he got to walk with it. That time, Matt didn't know whether he wanted to shoot it, pass it, or what. So goes for walking. Timeout's going to be called by UDA. It's 14-7 with 6:35 remaining here in the first half, and we'll be right back. Vikings will inbound the ball following the UD timeout. Boy, it's stolen away immediately. Here's a shot put up, no good. A blocking foul called. Foul will be on the Vikings, and that's going to send Drew Gunderman to the foul line for UDA. He will be shooting 2. To Pat Raditschak, and Gunderman at the line to shoot a pair. His first shot's good. 14-8. See if Drew can get the second one in here. No. Rebounded in there to that hand guy. And up court comes Pat Raditschak with it. He'll take it down the middle. Dumps it over here for that hand. Grenya with it. Grenya over to the wing. Hand from outside for 2. It's good. Hand gets 2. Puts a smile on his face. It's 16-8. Trojans coming back here now with Blake Miller. Gunderman goes inside here. Shot put up, blocked away by the Vikings. And back come the Vikes. Dumping it here for hand. We got a foul called. Foul's going to be a 24 white. That will be on Murray. Picks up the foul. So the Trojans will inbound the basketball. It's going to be all long-range shooting for UDA, I am afraid. And Miller back outside, over the wing it goes. That's Mark Mace back in there now for UD. Here's Mark. He'll try a three-pointer. That's off the mark. Rebound comes down there to Murray, and he'll clear it for his Vikings. Murray out in front. Now he'll take it over, put it on the wing. Shot from over there by Pat Radaichuk, no good. Rebound comes down inside there, controlled to Zach Mace. And now Oxidine with it for UD. Inside here, Zach Mace, turnaround shot, good! Zach with a nice 15-footer from right at the top of the free throw line. 16-10, UDA trails by 6. This is Murray over onto the wing there for Radaichuk. No good on that shot. Ball comes down here and Zach Mace has it. Trojans can come back and narrow it to 4 if we get a bucket here. Zach Mace out in front. Inside he hands it, pushes it right underneath there. It's going to be a foul called on the Vikings. 25, Grenier will pick up a push foul. It'll be their 6th. For him, Grenier will be his first. He comes out of the ball game. Phil Stroop back in there for the Vikings. And also Matt Gessner, number 13 in there for UDA. On the baseline, back outside here. Mark Mace. Here is a pass back for Mark Mace. Mark wanted to load it, didn't do it. Push it back over here for Gessner. Here's a shot put up and in, good. A nice move by Ringler that time. Blake Ringler for 2. It's 16-12. The Trojans trail by 4. This is Radaichuk coming up court with it, rushing it over in a wing, fires it out of bounds. It's going to be UD ball. The Trojans can come back to within 2. We got a bucket here. He'll be inbounded here for Gessner. This is Oxidine coming up court with it for UDA. Mark Mace back outside here for Ox. Near wing it comes. This is Gessner. Oxidine and Gessner on the baseline. Ringler spins it back out for Gessner. Here's Oxidine going across the court. Set for 3. Just off the mark. Rebound comes down here controlled. Well, Trojans thought they had it, but it went out of bounds over there. And timeout's going to be called by Denny Casper of the Williams Valley Vikings. 3:30 left here in the first half, and it's the Vikes by 4. Viking timeout is over. They'll inbound the basketball. Pat Radaichuk back in there for the Vikings. He'll bring it up court here. Kessner guarding on him. Radaichuk will push it over into the corner. This is Hand with it. Slings it inside here. Turnaround shot by Murray is no good. Nice rebound in there. Coming down there to that Zach Mace. And the Trojans again with a chance to narrow it to 2. Here's a shot for 3. That's short. Rebounded underneath here, or caught, whichever it was, by Hand. And up court come the Vikings. As Murray's got it. Bounces over there for that Josh Radaichuk into the corner for Stroop. Stroop lost the handle, picked up by Radaichuk. Radaichuk with a 19-foot try, no good. Rebounded in there nicely by the Trojans, and back they come. Quickly ahead, here it comes here now for Gessner. He'll drop it back here. Shot for 3. It's off the mark. He gets his rebound, puts a shot up, and wouldn't go in. Rebound tapped around here, controlled, and then a foul called. Foul will be called on UD. It'll be on Zach Mace. He'll pick up his second. It's a 1-on-1 situation. Zach Laudenschlager, or Zach Laudenschlager going back in there to replace Zach Mace for UDA. The foul sends Hand to the foul line for the Vikings. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1. Here's his first try. It is no good. Rebound comes down here, nicely controlled to the Trojans. Gunderman bringing it up court for UDA. Dropping it there for Oxidine. Gunderman wants 3. Oh, not that time. The rebound comes back here to Pat Radaichuk. 2:15 left here. Still 16-12. Trojans just not getting any of those long shots to go. Here's a shot put up, no good. Rebound comes down here. The Vikings are cold. The Trojans are cold here at the moment. Here's a nice pass inside, and they'll drop it back out here now. Laudenschlager has that shot blocked away by Hand, but it comes back out. Oh, there's going to be a walk called on Oxidine. That's starting off too quickly. Still 16-12. It's a shame the Trojans have had so many opportunities here and just can't work the ball in for a bucket. Minute 55 left here in the first half. Pat Radaichuk coming up court. Pat goes across the court with it. This is Hand. Hand nearly had it lost, but then picked it back up, spins it over into the corner. Here's Murray trying to dump it off to, he just handed that one to Josh Radaichuk, and Josh standing in there like a huge tree. We have two trees tonight. Josh is one of them for sure. And just handed it to him. He could stuff it home. For three. No good that time. Rebound comes down here, controlled to the Trojans. Laudenschlager's got it, puts a fake up, puts a shot up, and a foul called. Zach will go to the line, shooting two. The foul would be on number 31 of the Vikings. That's Hand. He'll pick up his first. And Zach Laudenschlager at the line shooting a 1-and-1, or shooting two, I beg your pardon. It's 18-12. Here's the first shot by Laudenschlager, is good. 18-13 with 1:19 remaining. Oxidine will check out of the ball game for UDA, and there to replace him is Blake Miller. Here's Zach Laudenschlager's second shot. It is good. 18-14 the score. Trojans trailing by 4 with 1:19 remaining here in the first half. Pat Radaichuk speeding down the right wing. Gunderman guarding on him. Over here comes to Murray. Murray goes inside to the big guy. Yeah, Josh Radaichuk. He's fouled. He'll go to the line shooting two. Foul was on Mark Mace, his second. Radaichuk missed his first one. Mark will check out of the ball game here now as Oxidine back in there for UDA. Here's the second shot. It is good. So he made 1 out of 2. Gives the Vikes a 5-point lead now as we play the clock down here in the first half. Here's Oxidine with it. Near wing over here. Into the corner it goes for Zach Laudenschlager. Less than a minute to play in the period. Inside for Ringler. Ringler back outside. Shot from over here for three. Just off the mark. Rebound comes down right back to the Trojans. Now inside they'll go. Ringler spins it back out for three. Just off the mark again. And Stroop with a rebound for Williams Valley. 35 seconds remaining. 19-14 the score. And Pat Radaichuk over there for Josh Radaichuk. Into the corner it goes. Shot from over there by Murray. It's good for three. Murray hits a 3-pointer. And it's now a 8-point margin. Near side here, Biller. Trojans get nothing going inside with Radaichuk and Tree inside there, and then Hand also. Here's the one for three. Just off the mark, and on the rebound, we got a foul called on Blake Miller right at the buzzer, and that'll do it as the half will come to an end. Somebody from the Vikings will be shooting, however. I think, let's see. Yeah. Pat Radaichuk goes to the foul line to end the first half here now. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1. His first shot, no good. Or shooting two. No, 1-and-1. Right. Or is he going to shoot two? Okay, he is going to shoot two now. Finally, they got the right numbers up on the board. So it was a 10th team foul. So he will be shooting two. He missed the first one. And here's his second try. It is good. So he made 1 out of 2, and that'll change the figures here at halftime. It's the Trojans trailing by 9. Williams Valley 23, UDA 14 at halftime. Sounds like a football game, John. Yeah. Oh, good heavens. The teams are back, and it'll be Williams Valley inbounding the basketball to begin the second half of play here tonight, as Grenia will inbound it here for that Murray guy. Trojans need 9 to get back into this one and try to stop this kind of stuff underneath from happening, as it's Radaichuk again for 2. Makes it an 11-point differential. Josh played a half-decent game last night, but not nearly as well as he's playing tonight. He's really playing a super game for the Vikings. There's Gunderman from outside for 3. That's a little off the mark, and Radaichuk with a rebound for the Vikings. Pat Radaichuk goes into the corner, throws that one away. Intended for Grenia over there, and flew right by everybody. So Trojans get a chance to come back and close the gap to 9 again if we can get a bucket here. Blake Miller coming up. If the Trojans were shooting those high percentage shots a little better and making them, we'd be in this ball game. But here's another three-point attempt that goes awry, and that's all the Trojans are getting. Shots from 24, 25, 6 feet out. And here is Murray for two. It's good. 27-14 now as the Vikings slowly pull away here from the Trojans here in the early going of the second half. Inside here for Skylar Foltz back out. Another three-point attempt. Off the mark. Return shot blocked away. And then the big guy in there. Stroop. Boy, what a ball play. Oh, he's wonderful. He is great, huh? Anyway. Here he is with the ball. Let's see. A big fadeaway shot. Good for two. No, it's not all. I thought he didn't miss. Anyway, on the floor it goes. And we've got a tie-up in here as Murray ties it up with Skylar Foltz. It'll be inbounded by Miller. The Blakester up court with it for UDA. Over the wing it goes. Miller over there for Oxidine. Near wing here. Inside they'll go. Here's a block in there and a foul call. Trojans got to do a little more of that, I think. You know what, John? They got to do a little more of that. Take it to them, put it. I mean, they have control of the ball. Put it up. They might get it blocked, but about 45% of the time you'll get a foul called. So Zach Lunschlager will go to the foul line. He'll be shooting two. However, is not in, so he'll try it one more time. His second shot is no good either, and so the fouling didn't help. Anyway, back comes Pat Radajczak. Pat guarded out there by Blake Miller. The ball gets loose. Over the wing it goes. Going to stay down here for the Vikings. And it'll be Grenier inbounding the ball for Williams Valley. Back here for Murray. And Murray looks at the near side over here for Stroop. Here's Murray. Swing it over here for Stroop. Phil for two. It's no good. And back with it come the Trojans. Up here quickly for Gunderman, and we'll have a foul called on Murray. Murray with a hold, no shooting. UD will inbound the ball. It'll be Oxidine inbounding for UD. Back here for Blake Miller. Blake will sling it back up front, almost goes backcourt, and did go backcourt. Trojans with difficulty on the inbound play. And Grenier will come over and inbound it for the Vikings. For Murray. Murray in no hurry. Across the timeline now. Signaling his crew to go inside. Ball tipped out by Oxidine and out of bounds. It goes. It'll stay the Viking ball. Oxidine making a good move over there, but went off Matt and out of bounds. And so Grenier will inbound for the Vikings. Here for Stroop. Stroop will make a move. Holds that peach up in the air. Fires it over in the wing. Pat Radajczak on the baseline for the tank. Fires one over here for Stroop for two. It's good. Oh, great play by Phil Stroop. You can't stop a player like that. Anyway, back come the Trojans. For three. It's short. Or whatever. And out of bounds it goes off the shot. It'll be Viking ball. Drew Gunderman checks out of the ball game for UDA as Mark Mace in there to replace him for the Trojans. This is Murray. Reached into by Oxidine. Ox will pick up a foul. Third foul on Matt Oxidine. Does not spell good for UDA. Back with it comes Murray. Murray into the corner. Now underneath there for Josh, and they're going to call a charge foul on Radajczak. He says, I don't care. I can beat people up in here anyway. he takes that very calmly. Yeah. Right on. Okay, anyway, back come the Trojans. Here's Mark Mace with it. Back outside. They'll swing it on the near wing. Inside it goes. Turnaround shot by Landschlager, good for 2. Zach rips one there. And it's 29-16 the score. The first 2 points the Trojans have scored in a while. Murray with it. Out front, had a little bit of trouble with it. Matt Oxendine playing on him. Shot good for 2. Well, he didn't have trouble putting it in. He had trouble handling it on the floor, but putting it in was not a problem. Okay. Back come the Trojans. This is Blake Miller. Over there for Mark Mace. Ball tipped, but picked up in here by Oxendine. Matt spinning back out here for Blake Miller. On the baseline they go to Skylar Fultz. Here's a shot for 3. It is no good. On the rebound, controlled inside there by Josh Radaichuk. And back come the Vikings all the way for 2. No good. But he'll go to the line. Will Pat Radaichuk. He'll be shooting 2 freebies. Radaichuk made his first one as Ringler. Let's see. Ringler, Zach, Mace, and Gessner returned to the lineup for UDA. Second shot by Pat, no good. Rebound over here, Phil Stroop. Stroop for 2, it's good. Or no, it wasn't. And back with it come the Trojans. Over on the wing, back out front. Now push it inside. He tries to take one up. No, got it kicked out of there. Went off the foot of Radaichuk. Radaichuk claims it didn't, but it did. Come on, Josh. And UD will inbound the ball. Trojans attempting, it looks as though, to try to take it into these guys. The ball tipped, and back here for Mark Mace. Mark. Inside, they'll spin it near wing. Now, back for Mace, drops it inside here. He's going to try to take a charge to the hoop. He's fouled. Foul will be on Stroop, and Zach Mace will go to the foul. And a technical foul called on Phil Stroop. Got a technical foul on Phil for bumping into him here. Boy, Phil has really changed. He has become a real Viking. He's a vicious Viking now. Phil gets himself a tee. He'll also get himself a seat. And the Trojans will get the basketball. Phil Stroop, wow. Tough. Anyway, let's see if Zach can do anything with the basketball now, as he'll line himself up to shoot 2. The Trojans will actually be shooting 2, and then someone will shoot the foul shot. So let's see what happens here for the Trojans. They're talking it over. The referee was talking to Denny Casper, the coach, I believe. So anyway, in the meantime now, let's see if Zach can put a couple of these in just for the heck of it. Here's the first shot. It is good. Well, Zach will try that again, and then someone will shoot the technical, and then the Trojans will get the ball back. So this could end up a 6-point play here, John. If we can get a couple of these. Let's see. The second try is no good. So he goes 1 for 2. Now Oxendine will shoot the tee. Oxendine will shoot the technical. He'll be shooting 2. And then we'll get the ball back. Well, here's his first try. It is good. Ox makes the first one. He'll try it again. I'll tell you, this sophomore is cool. He is cool. There's no doubt about it. Here's his second try. It is good. Ox goes 2 for 2. Now the Trojans will get the ball back. Stroop stays in the ball game. He's in there yet. And the Trojans will get the ball at center court. They hand it back here now, and Oxendine coming up court with it for UDA. Over there for that Mace. Here's Mace. Yeah, back outside. Gessner with it. Goes into the corner here for Ringler. Now they'll dump it inside here. Here's Ringler trying to go inside with it. He'll hand it back out here, but it hands it right to handed that one right to Josh Radaichuk, and then gets himself a foul. Radaichuk, he'll inbound the ball for Pat Radaichuk. This is Pat coming down court with it here for the Vikings. Stopping, pushing one over here. Radaichuk from outside. It is no good. It hit the wire. And so it's going to be out of bounds. It'll be UD ball. 32-19 with 2:27 left here in the third quarter. The Trojans have scored 5 here in the third. Here's Ringler pushing it over the wing. Shot from over here is no good. Rebound underneath, and we got a stepped out of bounds. He steps out of bounds on the rebound. And so Radajczak will inbound the ball for Murray. Murray up the court with it for the Vikings. Into the corner here, Stroop. Now inside for Radajczak. He's fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2. Was on number 23. That's Blake Ringler. Radajczak missed his first one. Ringler picked up his third personal foul of the ball game with 2:03 remaining here in the third. And Josh Radajczak looking to put his second one in, and he did do that. It's 33-19. Trojans hopefully will break the 20-point mark here in the third as they try to go inside. Well, not now, they won't. Then another foul we have. This one will be on 33, Zach Mace. And hopping off the bench is Gunderman as well as Blake Miller. They'll come in to replace, well, so does, let's see, Zach Laudenschläger in. Let's see, we have some confusing who's coming in for who. Okay, Gessner comes out. It's the starting, no, not the starting 5. Ringler remains in the ball game. Here's Murray taking it all the way to the baseline. Oh, and then walk will be called on the Vikings. Got tangled up in there. Tried to hand it to Josh Radajczak, but called for the walk first. 1:48 left in the third. Vikings with a 14-point cushion here. It'll be tough to overcome, but we'll see what happens. Here's Zach, and Zach will walk with it. Okay, Ringler checks out of the ball game for UDA as Murray brings it up court. Spinning it over the near wing here for Hand, who is back in there for the Vikes. He'll drop it for Radajczak. That's Josh Radajczak out in front to Pat Radajczak, and Murray has it. Murray trying to dump it inside on the base. Turnaround shot by Radajczak is good. Yep. He has been the ball player here for the Vikings here in this ball game. Whoops, off the leg of Pat Radajczak rather. And it'll be inbounded by UD. Here is Oxidine. Rolling it over here for Gunderman. Back outside for Miller. Ox has it. Pushes it on the baseline for Skylar Fultz. For 3. It's no good. Rebounded in there to Josh Radajczak. And Murray with it. Murray up court for the Vikings. Stopping, looping it inside, intended for Josh Radajczak, but it goes out of bounds off Laudenschläger. And so the Vikes will inbound. Hand will inbound. Pushing it back here for Stroop. Stroop fires one over here for Murray. Murray for 2. It's good. No, he got 3. Well, that was a 3-pointer. 38-19 now. The blowout. The bubble getting bigger, put it that way. The bubble in the tire is definitely getting bigger. Anyway, here's Blake Miller. 10 seconds, and then they'll try to get a score out of this. Here's a 3-point attempt blocked away by Hand. And another shot put up here at the buzzer that won't go. So at the end of 3, it is all Vikings now. They lead by 19. It's 38-19. And we'll be back with the final quarter here in just a moment. Start the fourth quarter. Josh Radajczak, who has played one heck of a ball game here, will inbound the basketball for the Vikings. Does so back here for Murray. Had it tapped out of bounds. It goes out of bounds off Oxidine. So UD will inbound, or Vikings will inbound the ball. Inbounded here to Pat Radajczak. Pat had a reach-in foul called on Blake Miller. Blake trying to reach in and tap that ball away, but didn't work. Blake will pick up his 4th. And Radajczak inbounding it here for that Murray guy. And Murray will have it knocked out of bounds again. This time it went off Oxidine again. So it'll be Josh Radaichuk trying to inbound it. Does so back here for Murray. And Murray, again, they're trying to, Ox doing a good job over there trying to get that ball back. Here's Pat Radaichuk. Pat for two. It's good. 40-19 the score. And back up court come the Trojans. Over there for Gunderman into the corner. There's a pass on the near wing here. Gunderman back here for Blake Miller. Gunderman rolls it inside, ball stolen away and picked up in here by Murray. Murray near wing. Inside for the big man. Turnaround jump shot. It is good! What a ball player. I'm telling you. Tremendous ball player out there. And now they wing it on the near side here. Crowd settles down. They're gasping yet for breath after that big shot. Here's a long one for a three. No good. Radaichuk with the rebound. And back comes Pat Radaichuk for Josh Radaichuk. Turnaround shot by big Josh. No good. And rebounded over there by Miller. Blake pushes it up ahead here. Shot going up, blocked by two or three Vikings. Back with it comes Hand. Ooh, almost dropped it backcourt, but it wouldn't matter a bit here in this one so far. Anyway, this is Pat Radaichuk. Near wing here for Josh Radaichuk. Josh, 6'9", 417 pounds. Shot put up by Hand. Good for two. 44-19. 5:48 left. And Blake Miller. Inside he goes for Laudenschläger. Here's a shot for three. It's no good. And the rebound comes down there to the Vikings. Hand ahead quickly for Radaichuk. Big Josh Radaichuk for Murray. Murray dumping it inside. Look out. Oh, he couldn't have walked. No way. No way did he walk with that. Anyway, they called Phil for a walk. Good heavens. How did that happen? How could they call him for a walk? A ball player like that. Well, anyway, 44-19 to score. I'm just having fun with Phil because there's not much else to do. Here is Oxidine. Inside he goes, spinning about, getting a near wing. Harmon for three. No good. Harmon into the ball game for the first time tonight. And the Vikings will bring it up court now. Is that Pat Radaichuk, who is about 300 pounds lighter than his brother, who just put another one in. And that might be, that's it. That's his 1,000th point, I believe. So no wonder. And what a tremendous effort this young fella has made tonight. That is great. And we congratulate Josh Radaichuk, who has played one heck of a basketball game here tonight against these Trojans. I'm telling you, he has really, really played a super ball game. And they will give the ball over here. And congratulations all around. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah. So the Trojans will congratulate him. Yep. And that's a very nice gesture out here. Yep. He has really, really stymied the Trojan ball club tonight. There's no question about it. So congratulations to Big Josh Radaichuk. Yep. Anyway, with that bucket, he has now given the Vikings a 46-19 lead. And when I say he has given it to them, he has literally given it to them. He has really taken it to the hoop tonight. As I said earlier, unlike last night, maybe he wanted to do it tonight against the Trojans. I don't know. Last night, seen him play against Millersburg and wasn't nearly as aggressive as he has been tonight, and he has been darn good. So congratulations to Josh Radaichuk. Okay, UDA will inbound the basketball now as things settle down here in the third. We got that over with. Here's Blake Miller. Blake has it stolen away, and a foul is going to be called. Foul will be on Pat Radaichuk. On shooting. as Harmon replaces Blake Miller into the ball game for the Trojans. And Matt will inbound the ball. Trouble inside. We have a foul called on somebody. We'll see. Who is it? Which one? First shot is no good. Up his fourth personal foul here, a little late, but anyway, to do us any good. Second shot by Zach Mace is good. Made 1 out of 2. And back come the Vikings. Here's Radajczak with it, right inside with a nice pass to Murray. Missed the shot. Ball tipped around inside, and who's got it? On the floor it goes. It's going to stay down here, they say. So the Vikings will inbound the ball. It'll be Grenier inbounding. 4:32 remaining in the ball game. Trojans trailing by 26. Oh, here's a ball stolen away on the inbounds play by Mark Mace. Mark looking to go up for 2. It's no good. Rebound comes down here to Hand. He'll spin it around and walk with it. Hand got just a little bit too fancy that time and walked while he was spinning it behind his back. Looked like a good play, but didn't work. Anyway, it'll be Oxidine inbounding for UD. Back here for Mace. Harmon, the other Mace. Okay, into the corner. This is for 3. That's short. But right there is Mace with a reception of that pass. And Zach Mace puts her home. Okay. Up the court comes Pat Radajczak. Into the corner here for Grenier, and then the ball came loose, picked up over here by Radajczak. Pat with it for Murray. And Murray lost the handle on it. I was still chasing it around out here. Takes it on the baseline for 2. No good by Grenier. And hold everything. Okay, Mike just got a sit foul here. He'll have to sit. Mike was up arguing about something. He'll have to stay on the bench from here on in the game. Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, Mike takes a seat, which I'm sure doesn't bother him too much in a 46-22 ball game with 3:43 remaining. So it's a technical foul, and Radajczak made the first point. And here's his second try, and it is good. Josh Radajczak goes 2 for 2, and now the Vikings will have the basketball out of play. And Mike will remain seated for the rest of the 3:43. Grenier will inbound the ball. No, he won't. We have a push foul called on the inbounds play. Yep. Huh? Who's that? Fourth foul on Murray. Okay, I'm losing track of this one altogether, John. Okay, let's see. It's Ox at the line shooting 1-and-1, I guess. He missed it, and a Hand with the rebound. Okay, this is that Pat Radajczak. Over the wing it goes to Murray. Murray looping it inside, but it's picked off in there by the Trojans. Mark Mace coming up court with it for UDA. Lost the handle. Picks up a 17-foot try. Good. Mark Mace from 17 feet out. Lost the handle on it, then picked it back up and put it back in. All right. We'll throw it over in the corner here for Radajczak. 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Here's Pat Radajczak. Pat wanted to take it in, push it over here for Josh Radajczak out in front. Ball stolen away. Looking up for 2. It is no good. And on the floor they go. That's the end of the game for Murray, and that will go. Matt Oxidine will go to the foul line shooting 2. Ox at the line to shoot a pair. And here's his first shot. It is good. That will shoot one more. And here is that one more. And it is good. So he goes 2 for 2. And up court with it come the Vikings. Here's Pat Radajczak spinning it over here for Josh. 2:35 remaining. Pat Radajczak taking it on the baseline, and a shot put up by Grenier wouldn't go, but a foul. No, he walked first. Walk called. 2:28 remaining. 48-26. 26 points. Uh-oh, that was Harmon walking with that one. Matt took that little step and then decided to throw the ball, but too late. Josh Radajczak with it. Picking it up, throwing it into the corner here for Grenier. Back for Radajczak. Grenier has it. Grenier nearly had it knocked out of bounds, loses it off his hand. It'll be UD ball. 48-26, 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in this one. There's a shot from the side and a foul called. And it'll be Skylar Foltz going to the line for UDA, shooting 2. The line shooting 2. It's his first trip to the line tonight. First shot is no good. Gunderman back into the ball game. Trojans take out, or the Vikings remove hand, and Josh Radajczak from the lineup. And Skylar Foltz will see if he can put his second one in here. This is the first one. Here's the second try. It's in and out, no good. And on the rebound, comes back outside here. Controlled by 11. He'll stop, pop for 2. It's no good. Rebounded nicely in there by the other Mace. Here's a shot and a foul. And that'll send Matt Gessner to the foul line, shooting 2. Here's Matt's first try. It's good. Here, see if Matt can go 2 for 2. Sure. 2 nice foul shots by Matt Gessner. And back come the Vikings. 33 is Casper in there for the Vikes, but this ball is stolen away. 48-28 the score. A minute 20-something left. Here's Gunderman looking for 2 off the glass, no good. Rebound goes back out front here, controlled to the Trojans. And this is going to be Gessner dropping it back over here for Gunderman. Gunderman will spin it out front. Gessner with it again. Gessner wants to go inside. Over there and nearly threw it away. Oxenine making a good recovery of that basketball. Hey. Here's Zach Mace putting a shot up in his foul. He'll go to the line, shoot 2. Hey, here we go now. First shot, good. Zach Mace makes the first shot. Can Zach go 2 for 2? That's the question. The answer is no. Not that time anyway. Out of bounds it goes. Going to go off the Vikings. So it'll stay up here. Oxenine getting ready to inbound the ball for UD. Foltz. Foltz has it. From back out. Into the corner here for 3. Hey, there Mac got 1 to go. All right. Back come the Trojans. The clock down to 34 seconds remaining in this one. Trojans will come in second place, I guess you'd call it, as the Vikings will be the champions of the Love 99 tournament this year. This is Casper. Top, and he walked with it. Yep, walked with it with 19 seconds left. 48-32 the score. And the ball will be inbounded here by the Trojans. Oxidine inbounding it for Gessner. Gessner for Oxidine. Into the corner it goes. Here's another three-point attempt. That's one just off the mark. Rebound comes down over here for Casper. Casper being bumped out there by Gessner. He'll get it back here. The 11 got it. And that's going to do it as the game comes to an end. The final score here tonight is the Vikings 48 and the UDA Trojans 32. Not a good night for our Trojan fellas, but very good night for the Vikings, and in particular for Josh Radajczak here, who scored his 1,000th point. That's a career mark for any ball player, and Josh just doing a good job all the way around tonight, both offensively and defensively for the Vikings. Yep, excellent job by that Josh Radajczak. So, congratulations to Denny Casper and his Vikings on winning the Christmas tournament here. They defeated the Millersburg Indians last night, and tonight they defeat the Upper Dauphin Trojans. The picture being taken now of the team, the victors for 2004. So we'll see you at the next UDA regularly scheduled TVL basketball game coming up, I think, January 3rd or something like that. So till then, Dale Calnon saying Happy New Year and good night from Millersburg.